Topham Hatt is reliable on the big engines. Their job is to pull the express and the freight trains. But he is also reliable on the little engines. One night, Sir Topham Hatt came to the sheds. "Thomas, Percy, and Oliver, I want you three to work at the docks tomorrow. Cranky can use your help." "Yes, sir," they answered, and Sir Topham Hatt left. "Pah," moaned Gordon. "You three little engines can't do a job right." "We tender engines can do our jobs better than you," agreed James. "You little engines are useless." "We can do our jobs just as good as you tender engines," whistled Percy. "We will prove it to you tomorrow at the docks," said Oliver. "Now, let's get some sleep and get ready for tomorrow," said Thomas. Next morning, Thomas, Percy, and Oliver arrived at the docks. Cranky was very pleased to see them. "Hey, you three engines get to work right away!" "Yes, Cranky," they said, and quickly got to work. Thomas, Percy, and Oliver pushed and pulled trucks throughout the day. Percy would come from behind and push them. Thomas would sneak up on them without them knowing. Oh, whatever is happening?" said the trucks. "You are being put to work," said Thomas. Cranky was most impressed with their hard work. Later, the foreman spoke to Percy's driver. "There's a goods train being taken to Lower Timoth Station. Do you want to pull the train?" "Yes, please," replied the driver. "I'll go collect your trucks," said Thomas. The trucks were very cross that they had been pushed throughout the day and decided to play a trick on Percy. "Yeah, that's what we'll do," laughed the trucks. Thomas couldn't hear their plan and finished collecting Percy's trucks. At last, Percy coupled up to his train and started his journey. Percy was making good time. They had now reached the hill. When they reached the top, they jerked at a coupling, which broke. "Bye-bye," said the trucks as they raced down the hill. "Oh no!" yelled Percy. The guard couldn't apply the brakes because he had jumped off the brake van. Meanwhile, Oliver was making his way back to the sheds when he heard the trucks laughing. They had caught up with him and were pushing him. Stop pushing, he yelled, but the trucks took no notice. Go on, they yelled. The driver tried to reduce steam and apply the brakes, but Oliver couldn't slow down. Then, up ahead, there was James with the express. "Oh my goodness!" "Help!" cried Oliver. The signalman quickly switched the points. "What was that?" exclaimed James. There ahead was the station. "It's up to you now, Oliver," said his driver. He rattled straight through the station and came off the rails. Oliver's driver and fireman jumped out just in time. Finally, stopped at last. Soon, Thomas and Percy arrived, bringing Rocky and Sir Topham Hatt. But Oliver was worried. What would Sir Topham Hatt say about my accident, he thought. But Sir Topham Hatt wasn't cross. He was very proud. "I saw everything from my office," he said. "You were very brave stopping that runaway on your own." "Thank you, sir," said Oliver. "As a reward for your bravery," continued Sir Topham Hatt, "you will get a new coat of paint while you are being mended." "Oh, thank you, sir," said Oliver. Soon Oliver was mended and returned to Sodor. His new coat of paint glistened in the lights. Henry, James, and Gordon apologized to Thomas and Percy and Oliver. "We're sorry we called you useless," said James. "No hard feelings," agreed Gordon. "You have certainly proved to us that little engines are useful," finished Henry. "It's all right," said Oliver. "At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's big or small. All that matters is that you were very useful." "Well, it's like what they say," said Thomas. Little engines can do big things.